Hello and welcome one and all to the World Ice Hockey Championships 2013 edition. My name is Mark Barewald, and I have the pleasure to be with you for this preliminary round game from the beautiful Hartwall Arena in Helsinki, Finland, between the US of A, who you're seeing going onto the ice right now, and against Germany. Big game. There's the Germans starting to come onto the ice right now. Huge game for both of these sides. Germany, if it wins, will catapult itself up into the fourth and final quarterfinal spot. USA winning puts it right back into first place in its group of teams. Both of these sides will need big performances, and we will stop now for the respective teams' national anthems. Please rise and remove your hats for the national anthems. Saksan kansalliset, the national anthem of Germany. Please rise by kansalliset, the national anthem of the United States of America. There we had a look at number 11 on the U.S. side, Steven Jonta. And we'll have a look at the referees right now. A good group. And we will now look at the American side. It's going to be John Gibson getting the call for working between the pipes today. There's our first line for the USA. Big talent, lots of NHL players throughout the entire U.S. team. As well, I mean, look at Danny Cristo, number 7. Great work, great abilities, great hands in front of the net. German goalkeeper today will be Dennis Endras, number 44. And we're looking through the second lines for the German side. Most of these players are playing in Europe, KHL. And we're coming up, getting ready for the opening face-off for this game. Obviously, the USA in the dark blue uniforms, Germany to your right of your screen in white. Opening face-off goes to Germany, but quickly jumped on by number 15, Craig Smith. Americans are coming all over Germany immediately right at these first few seconds. There's an opportunity already for Stastny. Working the puck up and along the boards, it jumps out into the mid-ice area. Delayed offside against the Americans. Germany content just to throw the puck deep down on the net from Ullman. And the Americans regroup behind their net, start moving out now into the mid-ice area. Here comes Nate Thompson, bringing the puck over the ice. Jonta, number 11, causes them to keep the puck in the area. Nate Thompson throws the puck over to the other side of the ice. Puck bounces out in the mid-ice area. Nate Thompson feeds it off to the American defenseman. Here come the Americans once again. Getting good penetration immediately down into the German zone. Showing good speed, technical abilities. It's a penalty being called against Germany. The Americans are pulling their goalie out. Now we get the stoppage in play. First penalty coming right away in the first period. Looks like a tripping call, or a slashing call, excuse me, against Schutz, number 55, slashing 2 minutes for Felix Schutz. 1:27 of the first period. Coming in right there, right in front of Endras, the German goalie. We have a quick look at Pat Cortina, German head coach. Face off in the German zone, kept in by the American players. Big slap shot coming across, gets deflected off into the corner. Here comes into the center ice area. Puck bounces off into the corner again. Stastny has it, moves it off to the point. Big slap shot. Big scramble in front of the net. Endras and company down on the ice, able to resist against the Americans. The puck gets thrown out into the mid-ice area. Both teams take the opportunity to get fresh legs on the ice. 1:15 left in the American power play, 5-on-4. Puck down into the German zone. Stastny working it out to Falk. Falk back to Stastny. Stastny across the ice surface. Back to the point. Here comes Falk. They're still working the puck around. Puck finally comes out to Falk. He takes his time, slap shot, goal! Butler! Number 12 for the USA, Bobby Butler gets the first goal, quick in the first period on a power play. 1-0 USA against Germany. Let's see how it developed again. Puck back to Falk from the point. Takes the slap shot, rebound. Bobby Butler is the man on the point. There's Falk, waits, sends a low slap shot in, rebound. Bobby Butler gets it, pops it in. Low shot, drops down, off the skates actually of Bobby Butler. And we've got the USA up 1-0 in the first period. 17:15 left in the first period. USA against Germany. Again, the Americans have seen that they can get the Germans back on their heels, so the Americans are coming with lots of pressure. Puck goes all the way down the ice, ends up behind the American net. And the Americans tough it out with the Germans. Coming up with the puck, they throw it right back. Both teams take the advantage of getting fresh legs onto the ice. The Americans just bring it up over the mid-ice area, dump it deep down into the German zone. Working it along the boards. As we've said throughout this entire tournament, the referees have been very stingy about handing out face-offs with the working the puck up and down the boards. They let the players work it out amongst themselves. Turnover in the mid-ice area for Germany. Here's an opportunity. Shot right onto the American net. He squeezes it. Will we have the changing of the lines? And there's Bobby Butler again, once again. Puck coming out to the point. Slap shot from the point. Through the screen. Rebound, Bobby Butler. As easy as that. See how he stays out of the crease. He's out of the crease, creating the screen. There's the rebound. Spins around and it's in. Puck is thrown deep down into the German zone. And the Americans pass the puck around, wait until they get things organized. Again, throwing the puck deep down into the German zone, looking to get the pressure on the well, the Americans are getting the pressure onto the Germans. Here come the Germans themselves. They have to try and get some sort of pressure on the Americans. They can't let this game. Here comes a slap shot, possible tip in from the Germans, but to no avail. The Americans cover up very well in front of their net. The Americans hold the puck behind their net, take the opportunity to get fresh legs out on the ice. Not seeing what they are. The Germans push the Americans right back into their corner. Long cross rink. Here's a possibility for the Americans once again. Oh, beautiful save, second shot. Goal, USA, for the captain of the Americans. That's the second goal. And it comes out to Paul Stastny. He's been getting a big goal and assist production throughout this tournament. Let's see how it develops again. Germans looking a bit scrambling in their own zone. Comes back to Stastny, gets it back, gets his rebound, puts it up there again. There's the second shot. First shot, comes in, gets his rebound, puts it in. There's the rebound, and it's in. My big friend, Patrick Lefebvre, who's been doing a lot of commentating for the World Championships, has been saying that it's been goaltending, goaltending, goaltending. And of course, goalies at this level cannot afford to let rebounds like that out in front of players of this quality, such as Stastny or Bobby Butler. They make you pay the price immediately. You see how fast they get that rebound into the net as well. And that's how fast it becomes. It's 2-0 for USA on Germany. Just under 15 minutes left in the first period. Here's an opportunity for Germany, picking up a bad clearing pass from the American defense. Handled easily out into the mid-ice area. Many of the teams throughout this tournament have been playing a lot of their time of the games between the blue lines. Puck is deep down into the German zone. Germans coming with some more speed, getting some penetration into the American zone, dragging the puck behind the American net, working along the boards, getting out to the point, looking for a snapshot wide of the American net. Looking for a wraparound, but no, that side is covered. That door is closed. There we're looking at the result already in the first period. 13:54 left in the first period. It's already jumped out to 2-0. Goals by Bobby Butler and Stastny. Here we're going to have a look at the first goal from Bobby Butler with his rebound, as we were talking about before. And here comes down to the second one. Stastny gets his first shot, gets his rebound, puts it right upstairs. And quick as that, the captain of the U.S. team, Stastny, number 36, notches his goal and takes his team up 2-0. And of course, Joe Sacco, he's the head coach for the U.S. side. He couldn't be anything happier getting quick goals like that, trying to get a bit of a cushion on this German squad. Last year, Germany had an absolutely fantastic World Championships. This year, we're going to see how they've been favoring against various teams here in this Helsinki group, where we're coming from. Group H, Helsinki, Finland. from the Hartwell Arena. We are, and the puck ends up again down into the German zone. It's worked around to the right-hand side of the ice surface. The Germans looking very good coming out of their own zone this time with speed, precision, puck handling. It's moved back to the German point. Americans force a turnover, throwing it deep down into the mid-ice area. Germany once again obviously getting those 2 quick goals. It takes a few minutes for a team to get themselves back on track, a bit back on their heels. Americans dragging the puck along the periphery of the German ice zone, looking for a quick centering pass. There it comes, but the German goalie, Dennis Endras, saw it coming in all the way. And there's Falk from the American side. He's been having a good tournament, good point production as well. Joe Sacco can't be anything but happy with him. As I was saying, those first few minutes of this first period, I was just in awe how the Americans were coming in and taking over the entire game, forcing the Germans obviously to take some penalties, and that resulted in the first goal. Bobby Butler's followed up very quickly by Stastny, the captain of the American squad. Here come the Germans. Flick shot right onto the American net. It's turned away into the corner. The Americans get possession of the puck, get themselves organized. Here comes Stastny right now. Wrist shot deflected up over the glass into the netting. And there's Gibson, the coach, and Pat Cortina. He's the head coach of the German side. Joe Sacco, the head coach, as we were saying, for the American squad. And the puck bounces out in the mid-ice area. The Americans get possession of it, working between their D-men. Now dumping it deep down into the German zone. Facing is waved off. Working that puck up along the boards. It comes out to the Americans. Here's an opportunity. Here's the second shot. Once again, the Germans looking a bit scrambling in front of their own net, losing some of the form and some of the discipline that they were famous for last year. Here come the Americans once again. Snapshot in from the point. Goes wide of the net, ends up behind the German net. And the Germans finally get possession of the puck, coming out with a 2-on-2 situation. This is a good opportunity for the Germans. Oh! That puck ended up into the crease area. And we're going to have a penalty, probably against an American defender. It's Matt Hunwick, in fact, getting 2 minutes for holding. Looks through there you see Hunwick coming in, number 22. He sees that he's been beaten, trying to slow up the German attack. Watch how that puck, watch where the puck ends up, right in the crease area. Sitting right there, it was rolling in. His defensive companion from the U.S. side came in, knocked that puck away, saving a goal, denying Germany. Power play for Germany, 1:50 left in the power play, just getting started actually. The Germans thrown back into their own zone. Just over 11 minutes left in the first period. And the Germans have the possession of the puck in the American zone, trying to keep control. The Americans not bringing that much pressure onto the German puck possessor. Now they're moving it around. The Germans trying to work it back into the zone. Here comes the cross ice shot right onto the American net. That squeeze. Eroff, number 10, got that shot off. Christian Eroff, he got that shot off from the point. Let's watch how that develops. Watch the bottom part of your screen. There's right from the point. There comes this quick one-time slap shot in. A lot of work. The assistant captain, Gok, number 57, working as much as he possibly can, creating the screen in front of the American net. Germans keep possession in the American zone, working around the periphery on the on the left part of the ice surface. Behind the net, looking for that quick centering pass. Just over a minute left in the German power play. This would be a great golden opportunity for Pat Cortina and his side to try and close that gap with the Americans. Puck is shot in right from just go over the mid-ice area. Germans get some fresh legs out on the ice. 45 seconds left. Here's a good air off. Moving the puck around, dragging along the blue line. Faster movement now from the German side with the puck movement. Puck bounces out into the mid-ice area. Back to Aroff, number 10 for the German side. He keeps it, letting some fresh legs decide to get onto the ice surface. Here come the Germans, long stretch pass. They get good penetrations into the American zone, dragging the puck along the boards. Once again, it comes over to the other side of the ice surface. Americans being more aggressive now on the penalty killing. And once again, quick snapshot on the German net. Here comes the German response deep down into the zone, or the American zone. Here we have a good look at John Tripp, number 21, for the German side. Pat Cortina, head coach for the Germans. Germans have 2 NHLers on their side. A good penalty killing, but a bit of trouble on their power play. And the Americans getting Bobby Butler. He netted himself the first goal, the opening goal in this game. The Americans have almost all NHL talent on their side. Justin Falk, number 27, along with Junta, playing in the NHL, bringing their quality to this American side. The Germans keep possession in the American zone. That slap shot from a very tight angle flips up into the crowd. There's a souvenir for one of the young fans that came out to see this USA-Germany preliminary round game today in Helsinki. And we get a face-off to the right of the American net. Germans keeping the puck in. There's a snapshot in through a bunch of legs that does go wide. And the Germans now, obviously in the first couple of minutes, taking those quick goals, seemed a bit flustered, seemed a bit back on their heels, of course. That awe-inspiring start from the Americans in the first period that kept me so quiet. Obviously had its effect on the German side. The Germans now seem to be getting more of their skates underneath them, getting their various mechanisms between the players and their lines going, getting the speed up as well, looking better in their own end. Long stretch pass that goes a little bit too far. The icing is waved off. McBain, number 4 for the Americans, has it all the way down the ice surface, bounces down behind the German net. Americans come in very quick with the pressure on the Germans, causing them to cough up the puck. Back to the American blue line. Snapshot in, picked up, and cleared out of the German zone. Germans having a quick snapshot in. A bit of a scramble in front of the American net. Once again, the American D-men come up big, clearing that puck away from the American net where it looked like it could have been a possible German goal. That would have tied things up since they did have, Germany did have an excellent opportunity just a few minutes ago. Germans coming right back at the Americans, looking for a bit of a wraparound, but to no avail. The Americans were going to come out of their own zone, think about it again, getting what they want, better distribution of players on the ice surface. Excellent move from the point. The defenseman not to give away the puck for the Americans and keep the pressure on the Germans. So far this first period, they've been passing, they've had a lot of time. It's a penalty coming up. against USA. Germany pulls its goalie, gets the 6 attackers out. It's a delayed penalty against the USA. The Germans get that 6th attacker out. It's 6-on-5 for Germany because of a delayed penalty against the USA. Germans keeping the puck, see if they can't get some possible, create a scoring opportunity with that 6th attacker. Long slap shot down onto the goal, big rebound, coming right back out, big slap shot to the side. Germans keep possession of the puck, excellent movement. Germans had 1, 2, maybe 3 opportunities. And he says, yes, we're going to give you a holding call. Penalty coming up against the USA. And it looks like number 44, Thompson, there he is, assistant captain, doing a bit of a wraparound. He can't believe it that he got a 2 minutes, but yes, this is international hockey. He gets a 2-minute sit down. IIHF, the German captain. There's a big rebound from that last action. Germans keeping possession of the puck. There's the second shot coming in on the American net. Third, all denied. And we get the face-off in the American zone, won by the Americans. Germany is on a power play, 2-minute power play. Germany is able to keep possession, setting up its pressure around the periphery of the American ice zone. The Americans being very, very aggressive. Germans keeping possession. Now the Americans are using the box defense. Here's the slap shot from the point, deflected. Americans ring it around the boards, out into the mid-ice area. Americans only able to get one fresh player onto the ice. Here's a breakaway for America. Here comes the United States. Denied. Huge save from the German goalie. That would have been a shorthanded goal for the Americans. That would have taken them up 3-0 already in the first period. You can never let your guard down on teams such as the United States, even though they are on a penalty killing situation. They're able to pull out, create an opportunity where they could have had a shorthanded goal. Germany has possession in the American zone, dragging it around the periphery of the ice surface, working it back into the corner. Shot goes off the leg behind the American net. The United States comes up with the puck, thrown out in the mid-ice area. And the Americans wind up with that puck again, send it all the way down the ice. Just 30 seconds left in the German power play. Power play was looking good at the beginning, then it just became a little bit scattered. Let's see if they can't get something going in the last 15 seconds. Going on the back. Americans handle that quite easy, and that puck gets sent all the way back down the ice surface again, stopped by the German goalie. Both sides getting some fresh... Oh! German goalie gave away the puck to the Americans, almost turned it into good shooting or scoring opportunity. We've been talking often about the goalies coming out of their net, working the puck. I'm not so convinced that all the goalies have the stick handling and skating qualities needed to do that type of work. But Bishop, for example, the other American goalie, who comes in at 2 meters 1 centimeter, does have excellent puck handling abilities. Puck ends up in the American zone, working it up and down the boards. Americans bring in an extra man, able to come up with the puck, throwing it deep down into the mid-ice area. Once again, the Americans regrouping, looking for a long stretch pass. They would love to just get another goal in these dying minutes of this first period. Obviously, Fortina, head coach of the German side would love to close that difference that's been opened up between these two teams. Here come the United States into the German zone. Bad cross ice pass that jumps out into the mid-ice area. Stastny works it down to his wingers. Here comes the good opportunity. Shot. Rebound once again. Germany coming out into the mid-ice area, creating a 2-on-2 situation. Looking for a tip-in. Goes across the ice surface, picked up by the American winger. And he dumps it down into the German zone. Oh, here's an opportunity for the United States. Once again, turned away from Germany. The United States is very solid in its defense. All of their defensemen are NHL quality. And they take the opportunity just to dump it deep down into the German zone. And we've got a whistle, the play is whistled dead. There we have a look at the American bench, see what some of the action's coming along. Here's the last scoring opportunity. Another big rebound. Here comes the breakaway. Just got, that's the second opportunity. Aaron Palushak. Had two excellent opportunities so far in this first period. Keep on doing that, Aaron. And the penalties will, and the goals will come. Not the penalties. And the puck ends up deep in the American zone. The puck takes a funny bounce up into the air. American goalie, he squeezes that puck, says, I've had enough of this. We'll do it all again with a face-off. Coming up to the left of the American goalie in the American zone, obviously, 5-on-5. Americans get the face-off, get organized out into the mid-ice zone, throwing it deep down onto the German net. Once again, the teams exchange the puck between themselves. Germany ends up with it down in its own end. Americans doing a job trying to break up the play of the German play in the mid-ice area. We've got a good snapshot down onto the American net right here. Nice move by Hager. Follows it in, number 50, forcing Patrick Hager forces the Americans to take another face-off in their zone. Won by the Americans, however. Just under 1 minute left in the first period. Falk, number 27, taking his time, coming out from his own, behind his own net. Just over 30 seconds left now in the first period. Look at those power forwards, those American power forwards, forcing the Germans to take a penalty in these dying seconds of the first period. And that's not what Pat Cortina, the head coach of Germany, wants his players such as Moritz Müller, to do. Right there, look at the Americans, how aggressive they are. The big Americans almost forcing the Germans off of the puck. Now we've got an American power play. The play is whistled dead. And we'll do it all over again for the face-off. American captain Stastny out there taking the face-off. 5-on-4 situation with the face-off in the German zone to the left of the German net. Obviously, the Americans would love to pop one in right now in the dying seconds of the first period. Falk has it back to his defensive partner. Back to Falk. He turns back. Americans are in no hurry right now. for the dying seconds of the first period. If they see an opportunity, they obviously will take it. Going to set up the situation to get that one last shot. And the Americans are offside. 1:36 left in the power play for the Americans. Craig Smith has been having a very strong World Championship. And the puck is dumped right down onto the German zone. That's it. That's the end of the first period. 2-0 USA against Germany. There we see Stastny leading his troops, the captain of the American side, back to their respective dressing rooms. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with you in about just over 10 minutes' time. Hi, welcome back to the Hartwall Arena in Helsinki, Finland for the start of the second period of this preliminary round game between the USA, who you see right now, coming out of their dressing room onto their bench, and against Germany, who you saw just a few seconds before. There you see the captain of the American side, Paul Stastny. He got himself the second goal in that first period. The first goal going to Bobby Butler, number 12. And that's how it stands, 2-0 for the Americans after the first period. The Americans had a very strong first period. The Germans at sometimes looked a bit scrambly in front of their net, and that's why probably the head coach, Pat Cortina, had a good talk with his troops in the German dressing room. There we see John Gibson. He's taking over for work between the pipes tonight for Butler. And there's Dennis Endras. He's the goalie for tonight. And again, we're going to start off this second period with an American power play. Pat Cortina, he looks a little bit worried because he doesn't want this game to jump away from him right away at the beginning of the second period. But that's exactly what Joe Sacco, the head coach for the American side, would love to see right now. And there we go. We have the opening face-off for the second period. Americans keeping possession of the puck. Getting work right down to number 26, Paul Stastny. Throwing it deep into the end. Americans working it back there. Falk has it for the Americans. Working it over to the other side of the ice. Back to Falk. And again, the puck ends up in the German zone. Americans trying to work it out to the point, which they do. Falk has it back to Falk again. Stastny works it into the center. Once again off to Falk at the point. Here comes, no, Falk fakes the shot over to his captain Stastny. Works it in deep down right beside the German net. Here comes the opportunity onto the German net. Bounces out into the mid-ice area. Dennis Endras so far, he's been doing a good job for the Germans between the pipes, aside from those the goals that he's taken. And the Americans bring it right back down. Another just over 10 seconds left in the American power play, who's starting off this second period. And we see the Americans work it in from the point. Endras has a big stretch, and we get the teams are back at full strength. And we see out there for the German side, number 48, Hordler, working it down into trying to work to his companions so they can work it down into the American zone. Again, dragging it along the ice surface. Not easy when you have to go up against defensemen like number 6 on the American side, Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson chased back down into his own zone. Plays it off the glass out into the mid-ice area. Germans come back. A little bit of dips-doodling from number 50 on the German side. There was Patrick Heiger. There we have another good look at number 6 from the American side, Eric Johnson. Takes his time, lets some new troops get out onto the ice. There comes the pass right up the middle of the ice. Chased down by Nate Thompson from the American side. He's in there as well with number 20 from the American side. They're working the puck around. Nate Johnson again. Number 44, Nate Thompson, excuse me. Again, we're seeing the difficulty that oftentimes the German defensemen have. Ooh, big hit from number 11, Jonta. Stefan Jonta decided to dish out a big hit onto the Germans. As I was saying, the Germans having a lot of difficulty with the American power forwards. Bit of a turnover of the puck, but which jumps out into the mid-ice area. And we get a whistle. The play is whistled dead. Seidenberg was out there. There's the big hit from Jonta on number 34, Cole. Jonta meeting Cole. Face off on the American side. Off to the left of John Gibson, the American goalie tonight. Americans working the puck deep down into the German zone. Pops out into the mid-ice area. Was on the stick of number 25, Carl, from the Americans. Again, they throw right back at the Germans. Germans trying to reply, but the Americans coming up with the puck once again. Butchstad for the American side. Out number 14 is out there right in front of the net. Keeping that puck once again, the Americans. Stansny over to Falk. And the puck ends up with number 25, Matt Carl, who works it off to his line mate Craig Smith, number 15, or across the ice, looking for a tip-in once again from the American side. Americans doing an excellent job keeping the puck in the German zone and the Germans back on their heels. Of course, when you have a team like Germany who gets bottled up into their own zone, here come the Americans' big slap shot, wide. But when you have a team getting bottled up into their own zone, it takes a lot of energy out of your players that are out there. So Pat Fontina is going to have to actually be talking to his players, telling them to do whatever they have to do, but get the puck out of their own zone. Don't let the Americans keep this suffocating pressure on them, such as you saw, just right as you saw from number 22 on the American side, Hunwick. Americans handled the German pressure quite well. Throwing the puck out into the mid-ice area. Hunwick comes up with it once again, just over the mid-ice area, dumps it down. They decide to get fresh legs out into the ice. Here come the Germans. Number 81 for Germany is out there. And there we're having a good look at Nobles. Marcel Nobles, number 92. Hordler as well, number 48. Looking up and down the American bench. Seeing lots of talent that they have. They've been having a great tournament so far. And that's how it sits right now. 2-0 for USA against Germany in the second period. Just under 14 minutes left. Here come the Germans. Oh, snapshot that just went wide from Nobles. And the John Gibson, the American goalie, turns that shot into the right corner. His defensemen handle it, getting the puck out all the way down the ice. Probably going to be a icing call. McBain, number 4, is going to be getting a lot of ice time out there. Along with Bobby Butler, he netted that first goal for the American side. And we get the face-off to the right of Ben John Gibson, the American goalie. Puck's off into the corner, working it along the ice surface. Americans coming up with the puck once again, showing their good strength. And the Americans are able to push the puck out into the mid-ice area. The Germans pick up the puck, work it over to the other side of the ice. Long penetrating slap shot that goes all the way around the boards, coming right out into the mid-ice area again. The puck flips up in the air. The players are looking around for it. And the puck ends up right down at the U.S. side with John Gibson, the American goalie, holding it for his defenseman, Jeff Petrie, number 2. Here come the Americans. Number 20, Ryan Carter, trying to throw it in, but it's turned around by the Germans. Americans again keeping pressure on the Germans in their zone. No penalty called there. The Germans are able to get it out into the mid-ice area, but instead they decide to get fresh legs out onto the ice. So number 25 from the American side, Matt Carl, has no pressure on him. Brings it up almost to the German blue line, handing it off to his companion, number 27, Justin Falk, who dumps it deep down into the German zone. Americans working alongside the board, out to the point, deep right back, deep down into the corner again. Here's some mid-ice zone area. Here could be a good, looking for a wraparound. Coming from number 2 on the American side, Jeff Petrie, doing some good work with the puck handling. Americans again coming right back down at the Germans, keeping suffocating pressure on the Germans in the German zone. Germans could have possibly had a 2-on-1 situation there for a second, but that was broken up by Eric Johnson. Here come the Germans. There's going to be a penalty against the Americans. The delayed penalty call against the Americans. The Germans are pulling their goalie out of the net. Dennis Endras is out. You got 6 German attackers against 5 American defenders right now. Delayed penalty call against the Americans. Now the Americans touch it. That stops the play. And just over 10.5 minutes left in the second period, we get a penalty against the Americans. Palushak gets himself 2 minutes in the penalty box. Right there, throwing himself in. Could be a slashing call or tripping, I'm not sure, or interference. Here's Palushak with his last opportunity. He wanted to go in right around the corner. Even the fans sense right now that this could be a good moment for the German side. Pieta, number 86 for the Germans and company, talking over their strategy in this next 2 minutes, which could be crucial for the German side. And we get the face-off to the left of John Gibson, number 35, the American goalie. 5-on-4 German power play. The Americans so far in this tournament have had a very good power play and penalty killing as well. Offside against Germany. There we see the American player with that action right there, getting himself a penalty. Joe Sacco, the head coach for the American side. And there we see number 86, Daniel Pieta, on the German bench. Germans win the face-off. Over to Ehrhoff, captain, throws it down the ice. John Gibson, the American goalie, lost that puck completely. It was over on the other side of the net, and he opened up the the entire net to a possible German quick goal. But to no avail, it still remains 2-0 for the USA. Germans keeping possession of the puck in the US zone, working it around the periphery once again. There we see number 47, Ullman, with the puck, leaving it off for number 87. There's a good opportunity for the Germans. No goal. No goal. Looks like John Gibson was able to get that big leg out there. Excellent opportunity for Germany with 2-on-1. Oh! How did he miss that? Germans stepping up the tempo and the pace right now. Last 30 seconds in their power play. Back over to number 87. Well, the Americans are able to throw the puck right down the ice surface. Just under 10 seconds left in the power play. German captain Ehrhoff goes back, looking for that one last attacking opportunity. Full strength for both teams. Here come the Americans with a hit of steam, hitting the German blue line of Stapleton, number 19. Big slap shot coming in from number 6 Johnson at the blue line. Germans handle that, come right back at the Americans. They can sense that maybe this could be a moment for them in this game. Puck ends up behind the German zone. Americans do force a semi-turnover. Germans regain the puck, are able to get it down into the American zone, but aren't able to get any sustained pressure. And we see number 18 from the American side, David Moss, out there. His companion, number 34, wanted to do a quick centering shot in front of the net. It bounces right back down to the American zone. Long stretch pass, breakaway for the USA. Oh, he fans on it. It's going to be a penalty. Penalty against Germany. I thought at the first instance that very simply Palushak had fanned on his shot. The referee saw a difference. Watch how it develops. Palushak comes out of the penalty box. Right there. And it's going to be a penalty shot. Penalty shot for Palushak from the American side. And Gibson, John Gibson, the American goalie, has to come off of the ice surface. Palushak, number 17 for the American side, getting ready to take his penalty shot. Against Dennis Endras, number 44 for the Germans. Endras comes out, walking back in. Denied, no goal. Excellent work from Endras. Remains 2-0 for the USA. Let's have a look at that penalty shot once again. Shoots it up over the crossbar. Endras doing a good job covering all the angles and the open areas on his net. Palushak is immediately out there once again. He has it back to his D-men. It went off to number 25, Matt Carl. Endras moves the puck into the corner, and it gets out into the mid-ice area. And Palushak for the American side comes in, trying to force a turnaround, but to no avail. The puck ends up in the mid-ice area on the American stick. Well, it's probably going to be, and it is, an icing call against Germany. Here's that last, one of the opportunities from the last power play, going right off the post from number 18. Here's another opportunity. Oh, it went wide. Gugula got off a good shot, but it went wide. His teammates, number 18 from the German side, hit the post. So Germany is creating some opportunities for itself in this second period, and if they keep on doing that, the goals will come. They will be able to close the gap with the Americans. The Americans are on the side with Joe Sacco, the head coach, and his troops can't let up after trying to keep on getting some goal production. And there's a delayed penalty against the Americans. Endras, the German goalie, is out. The Germans are throwing on a sixth attacker. 6-on-5 for Germany because of a delayed penalty call against the Americans. Germans deciding to keep possession of the puck. But now it's touched by number 20 on the U.S. side. Carter, Ryan Carter. Therefore, the referee can finally whistle down the play and hand out the penalty. It looks like it's going to Thompson, number 44 on the American side. Right here. Lost his helmet on the play. He's the assistant captain. Joe Sacco having a look at the replay, looking at the dynamics of that last play. Nate Thompson giving himself another 2 minutes in the penalty box. And it will be a German power play, 5-on-4 with the face-off in the American zone. To the left, John Gibson, the American goalie. We'll see what the Germans can do with this power play opportunity. These last few minutes, their team has been growing in the possibility of getting speed and getting opportunities. Ehrhoff from the point, slap shot deflected into the corner. Puck is thrown right down all the side of the ice. Ehrhoff, the German captain, goes down, picks up the puck behind his net. Broken up in the mid-ice area by the Americans. Americans hold on to that puck. They throw it all the way down the ice surface, bounces around to the other side of the rink, along the boards, and the Germans come right back out, going at it once again. Germans setting up their power play in the American zone. Not able to keep sustained pressure. Just under 1:10 left in the German power play in the second period, and just under 5 minutes left in regular time. Here's an opportunity for Germany. That was big, number 87. Gogula had the shot. There we're having a look at it again. What happened? The puck came in, hit the helmet, and that got him a penalty for Nate Thompson. 50 seconds left in the penalty. Here's a giveaway to the Americans. Oh, Palushchek, number 17. He's been everywhere in this second period for the Americans. Dragging that puck along, eating off some seconds from the German power play. Excellent work. Here comes Ehrhoff to try and organize the German attack. Germans trying to keep possession of that puck behind the American net. Looking for a good lucky bounce. Maybe the Germans get a good shooting opportunity. Good coverage by the Americans in front of their net. Here comes Stasny trying to get onto that puck, but to no avail. Teams are back 5-on-5. Germans have it at the point area. Work it right behind the American net. Now we see Nobles, number 92, working it along, dumping it right back down. So it ends up behind the American net. Puck takes a funny bounce. Ends up on Nate Thompson's stick. It just came in from the penalty box. Americans handily working that puck around. Periphery of the zone. Hunwick working to his other companion, looking for that long stretch pass. Good job from number 15 on the American side. Craig Smith. Good balance, good speed. Here come the Germans. Number 50, Tiger. His shot was knocked down by the American defense. There we have a good shot of John Gibson, the American goalie. Here's that last shot from Hager. Face off in the American zone. Puck bounces out into the mid-ice area. As I was saying, the American defensemen are all NHLers, and you see their poise and their calm when they're working the puck between themselves, even when the Germans are bringing pressure on them. They always seem to have a second or third opportunity where they can pass that puck. Germans looking for a long cross-ring pass. The puck ends up on number 57's Marcel Goch's stick. Americans get possession right back, and they come right back at the Germans. Offside against the Americans. Let's have a look at Stastny, captain of the American side. He's been at this tournament a number of times already. Getting his rebound, that's his goal from the first period. Look at that, 4 goals, 5 assists. 5 assists so far in this tournament. Excellent production from Paul Stastny. Face off, the puck goes deep down into the American zone. Followed up by number 17, Kink. Isn't able to keep the Americans from getting the puck and coming back at the Germans. 1:40 left in the second period. Score hasn't changed. Still 2-0 for USA against Germany. Americans bring the puck down into the German zone. Here's an opportunity for the Americans. Oh, what stick handling abilities. The play is whistled down, and it's going to be a penalty coming up, probably against Germany. Trip. Would he get a tripping call? Number 21? Yes, John Tripp gets himself a tripping penalty. Watch that excellent work from the American player, number 7, Danny Cristo. Power play for the Americans, 5-on-4, puck in the German zone. Americans are keeping good possession. The Germans are able to throw it down the length of the ice. 1:10 left in the second period. Here come the Americans, dumping it down into the German zone, following it up, keeping possession of the puck, working it back to the blue line. All the American forwards and centermen right there along the boards, working it back to number 4, McBain. Over to his companion. There's a shot, possible. Last 30 seconds. Here comes another slap shot from a sharp angle. It jumps up into the crowd. That's Smith who took that last shot. And he was Michael Wolf, number 16. He came out to deflect Smith's shot shot over the net, over the glass, into the netting, and we get another face-off in the German zone. That face-off was taken by number 21 for the Americans. Germans keeping possession of it, trying to work it out of their zone. Americans say no. Now it's worked over to Johnson, other American defenseman. He shows good poise, keeping possession of the puck. Americans looking to get that last shot onto Endras, goalie, and that's how it ends the second period. Americans will start the third period for a good 30-40 seconds on a power play situation. It's 2-0 USA against Germany. Both teams are off to their respective dressing rooms to talk things over, to see how they're going to confront this third period. There we see Endras, the German goalie. We'll be back in just over 10 minutes. Hi, welcome back to waiting to get on with the start of the third period between USA and Germany. We're watching the Americans, and now the Germans getting ready to come back onto the ice. Obviously, Pat Cortina was saying to his German troops, hey, look, we created some good opportunities, as we saw in the highlight package from the second period. Just go out there, keep on creating these opportunities, and sooner or later the puck will go in. Joe Sacco undoubtedly was saying to Paul Stastny, as you see right there, the captain, and his troops, look, let's go out, get another couple of goals, give us that cushion, then we can't get any surprises. So we're probably going to see a very good quick start to the third period. In fact, we're going to see a power play for the Americans, and John Gibson, the goalie, for the first number of seconds. Dennis Endras, he's going to have to defend for the first number of seconds in this third period. And Joe Sacco, as we were saying before, he would love to get one more goal out of his troops to give him that cushion. Pat Cortina quite justifiably was saying to his players in the German dressing room that, hey, we created a lot of good opportunities. Just go out there and keep on doing that. Well, we see on the German side, number 21, John Tripp, got himself a tripping call, and he will start the third period off in the penalty box. 2-0 USA against Germany. Face-off go to the Germans. They take the opportunity just to dump it right down onto John Gibson, the American goalie. Here come the Americans. Just over 20 seconds left in their power play. Falk has it on the point for the Americans. Works it into Stastny. Oh, there's a good possible tip in. Endras getting that big pad out there. Beautiful work from that first line of the Americans. Gibson leaves it off for Johnson. Big pressure brought on. Teams are back at the full strength. Here's an opportunity for the Germans. The pass was just a little bit behind. Hordler trying to work it out to the point. He does. Snapshot. Bouncing around in front of the American net. The Americans come up with it. Just dump it right down. Big slap shot coming from the American side. Again, working it up and down along the boards. Americans, Steven Jonta, number 11, getting a bit chippy there with his respective German defensemen. The Germans dump it right back down into the American zone, and the shot is right on to John Gibson. He covers it up. We'll get a face-off to the left of the American net. There's the big tip in. Endras is able to get right over there. The shot was coming from the right-hand part of the screen. Jonta's big slap shot turned off into the right-hand corner by Endras. Chris Butler, number 34 in company, will redo the face-off in the American zone. They come up with it. Jeff Petrie comes up with it. Passes it over to number 34, Chris Butler. Turns back over to Petrie. Petrie, long cross ice shot right over to his teammate. Germans dump it out into the mid-ice area. Jeff Petrie picks it up. Throws it up to his number 21, Drew LeBlanc. Puck is along the German boards. Petrie throws it right back deep down into the German side. It comes out on the other side of the German net. Drew LeBlanc, number 21, getting back to try and cover up for the Americans. A 2-on-2 situation for the German squad. LeBlanc throws it right back down. It's an opportunity for the Americans. Not quite able to turn it into a breakaway. As time goes on, obviously the Germans are going to have to start risking more and more. They're going to have to bring their defensemen in. Offside against, excuse me, we'll see what the call is. Against Jugstad. Nick Jugstad is out there on the ice, number 14 for the Americans. But as I was saying, as time goes on, it was an offside call against the Americans. As time goes on, if the German players cannot change this score, they're going to have to start pinching more and more and more with the defensemen, opening up the possibilities for the Americans to get a quick turnaround. And the Falk, Moss, Stastny, Smith, and Caroline is out there right now for the Americans. Here comes the Americans once again, stealing that puck. This big line for the Americans. Falk just throws it deep down into the zone. Big boys, tough to move them off the puck. Eventually the Germans do come up with it. Felix Schultz throws it deep down into the American zone. New legs out on the ice. And the puck is being called there by Justin Falk. Moves it back to another teammate until they're ready. The Americans do not come back down at the Germans. Here comes Marcus King. Hands it off to number 36, Seidenberg. Yannick Seidenberg, but to no avail. Johnson comes up with the puck, pulling it up into the mid-ice area, dumping it down into the German zone. Here come the Germans up at the nice, beautiful shot from Seidenberg. Yannick Seidenberg onto the John Gibson, the American goalie. Gibson getting his glove hand out there. It's 2-0 for the Americans against the Germans. We have the face-off in the American zone. And the German team again tries to work that puck out to the point, which they do. But still the Americans, with their size and their technical abilities, making it very difficult for the Germans to get good scoring opportunities throughout this game. Eventually the puck comes out into the mid-ice area. Thrown deep down into the German zone. But the Americans come up with that from number 87, Gugula. From the German team wasn't able to squeeze it. And once again, teams are getting fresh legs out onto the ice. And the Americans bring that in onto the far side of the ice against the Germans. Big hit from number 3, Kruger, Justin Kruger, onto the American player. Noble's out there for the Germans. And Nobles again recovers the puck in the mid-ice area, gets it back to his D-men. so they can give another opportunity. Noble's doing his best. Try and get the penetration into the American zone and create sustained pressure. Here comes the Americans. Number 17, Marcus King. Big shot. Opportunity there for number 14 from the American side. And we've got a penalty coming up against Germany. IIHF, the captain, gets himself 2 minutes. 13:25 left in the third period. Once again, slashing probably. Here's that last American slap shot. It just went wide from number 14 on the American side. Juke style. Nick. We're getting even. We've got penalties going to both sides now. Now the teams are deciding to get back to playing some hockey here at 13:25 left in the third period. It's going to be a 4-on-4 situation. This is going to be a very favorable situation for the speedsters out there. Johnson, number 6, is on the point for the Americans. Face-off won by the Germans. For 2 minutes, it's going to be 4-on-4. Johnson takes a big hit in the corner. Americans buzzing around the Germans, keeping good puck possession. Back to the point. Back deep down to Craig Smith is out there for the Americans. Now that puck's being trailed around behind the German net. Johnson fakes the slap shot from the point. Down to Smith, back to Johnson. Oh, wide open in front of the German net was number 26, Stasny. There we see IIHF on the bench for the German team. And number 17, Palusha, gets himself 2 minutes as well. So it's a 4-on-4 situation. 1:15 left in the dual penalties. And the Germans come out with Heiger. Almost doing a coast-to-coast. Oh, just about bounced into the net. For Heiger's shot. Gibson lost it for a moment. Germans bringing some pressure right now. Big number 92, Nobles, working on Petrie. Americans bring reinforcements, able to bring the puck up into the German zone. Petrie in the corner for the Americans. Both teams battling for the puck. Nobles comes up with it, works it back to his defense. And we see big number 91 for the German side. Mueller bringing it up dumping it deep down into the American zone. Just 5 seconds left in the neutral penalties. And the teams are back at full strength. Nate Thompson has the puck for the Americans, bringing it out of their zone. He's waiting for new legs to get on the ice, things to get organized. Dumps it down onto the left-hand side of the German zone. Germans themselves sense that this could be their moment. throwing it in front of the American net. We get a stoppage in play. Probably the net came off of its moorings. This is the last German rush coming down. That puck bounced up. That was the shot from number 50, Hager. Watches bouncing up there. Petrie takes a whack at it. See, he played a bit of baseball. Puck comes all the way down. Possible opportunity for the Americans. Americans got number 20 out there. Ryan Carter doing his best to create some opportunities for the American side. Here comes Germany once again. Looks like an icing call against the Germans. They'll come all the way back down the ice. There we have a look at Gibson, John Gibson, goalie. His work so far tonight been good. He's faced a few shots tonight from Hager, Patrick Hager, the German side. Face off to the right at Endras, the German goalie. Americans keep possession. There's a 1, 2, 3 whacks at it, trying to get it by Endras. The Americans oftentimes have been allowed to walk right out from the corner and take a shot. Here comes a snap shot right on Endras. He can't squeeze it. It's going all big scramble in front of the German zone. McBain, number 4, creating all sorts of headaches for Endras. Here's that last action. Shot coming around, bouncing puck. Once, twice. Endras gets his pad out there. Craig Smith, number 15, taking a seat on the bench. Had an excellent shift. Endras works the puck off the glass. Germans coming in for a snapshot down onto Gibson, looking for a big rebound. There's number 92, Nobels. Americans turn around, 3-on-2 situation. Wrist shot goes wide of Endras, but the puck remains into the German zone. The play being followed up by big number 14 from the American side. Puck goes behind the net. Jugstad in there, along with Christo. Big deflection coming in from the point. Americans keep possession of the puck in the German zone. Stopping and starting along the point. Here comes the slap shot from the point. Oh, an opportunity, goal! Number 11, Jonta, he gets the 3rd goal from a big rebound. Sharp angle, he's able to snap it in. Steven Jonta, number 11. Watch off to the right of your screen. The slap shot comes in. Rebound from Endras off the post. There's Jonta. He picks it up. Snaps it in. Goes between his legs. Jonta is able to move it into the net. As fast as that. And it takes us to a 3-0 situation in favor of the USA over Germany. Just under 8.5 minutes left in the 3rd period. Americans keeping possession of the puck in their own zone. The defensemen move the puck between themselves, looking for a long stretch pass. Icing called off. Thompson, number 44, for the Americans out there trying to bring some pressure. Give away in the American zone. Middle zone. Here come the Americans once again. Petrie defending for the Americans. Well, we see big number 87, Gogula, trying to get something going for the German side. That puck is squeezed. There's Gogula, number 87 for the German side. He's been showing some good speed out there on the ice surface tonight. Here's the last goal from the Americans, coming from the slap shot. Jonta. Look to the left of your screen. The puck goes off to the left of your screen. There's Jonta picking it up. Steven Jonta gets it, throws it in. And number 57 from the German side, Marcel Gauck, feeling guilty about leaving that space open. But when you have that puck bouncing around, you have to look after players that of the caliber that Joe Sacco has on the American side. It's not easy, and Pat Cortina, as you're looking at right now, the head coach of the Germans team, he knows that. Encouraging his troops to keep on playing. 7:35 in a hockey game is an eternity. Things can turn around in a matter of just seconds. Kruger on the point for the Germans. Americans with the puck. Moving it up into the mid-ice area. Turnover once again. Good opportunity. Those are the types of opportunities that Germany has to create more and more in these last few minutes. Taking it to the Americans, creating some opportunity. Here are the Americans deep down into the German side. Petrie has the puck. Here comes that centering shot. Right down onto Endras. He squeezes the puck, and we're going to have a face-off in the German zone. Here's that replay of the last goal, American goal. Steven Jonta. Watch the right-hand part of your screen again. Jonta is Johnny on the spot. And that's the player that he beat. Number 57, Marcel Gauck. And we see Justin Falk on the point for the Americans. Moves it over to his teammate. Broken up by the Germans. Looks like a good 2-on-2 situation. They decided to throw it right down onto John Gibson, number 35, the American goalie. Germany trying to work it out from its zone. Gauck, Marcel Gauck, coming down, trying to get a goal for himself to even things up for that one goal given up just recently. Americans again looking for a big wraparound, but to no avail. Johnson comes up with it in the mid-ice zone. Again over to Johnson. He decides to dump it down into the German zone. Followed up by Nate Thompson and company. You see Nobles, Marcel Nobles, doing his best to get penetration into the American zone. Nate Thompson with the puck, working it off into the corner. Again back to Thompson, looking for that shot across the mouth of the net. No icing. And the Germans doing their best. Keep pressure onto the Pieta is out there, number 86, as you see, working, struggling along. Johnson using some stick work on the back of Pieta. And now Nate Thompson is going to take up the chore of trying to defend for the Americans. Does a better job moving it out. Icing is waved off. Just under 5 minutes left in the third. teams exchange the puck up around the American blue line area. Americans eventually decide to pull it deep down into their zone and open up space for speedy number 12, Bobby Butler. Americans, good opportunity, but the puck is swept off of the American stick by IIHF. Good shot opportunity. Again, Endras comes up big for the German side. American McBain working it around the boards, ends up in the American bench. And there we have a good shot on number 27, Justin Falk. 6 assists so far, 6 points. Having an excellent tournament so far. And Stastny, number 26, takes the face-off for the Americans, while number 17, Marcus Kink, gets waved out of the face-off area. Number 36, Seidenberg, takes the face-off for the Germans. The Germans come up to the puck in the mid-ice area, getting themselves organized. Nice long stretch pass for Seidenberg. Snapshot into the middle area, goes off a body up into the crowd. There we see Tripp. Face off to the right of Gibson, the American goalie, Johnny Gibson. Americans are able to bring it out into the German zone. Number 15 for the American, Smith, is out there. Falk, nice pass out to his teammate. No icing being called. And the Americans work the puck amongst themselves in their zone. So the Germans here's a possible turnover for the American side. Nice snapshot from number 14, Jugstad, Nick Jugstad. Americans coming in again. Here's an opportunity. Jugstad jumps over his stick. Puck ends up in the mid-ice area. Petrie gathers it up for his side. Offside. Offside against the Americans. Nate Thompson getting some assists. Of course, all head coaches like to see their various players getting into the assist list. It means that you're creating a lot of opportunities for your team. Face off just outside of the German zone. The Germans desperately have to try and get some good scoring opportunities in these last couple of minutes. John Gibson, the American goalie, takes that shot. Philip Godula squeezes it, and we'll get the next ensuing face-off in the American zone. To the right of Gibson, the American goalie. Back to the German point man. Good work from Nate Thompson. Very quick turnaround. Germans forced deep down into their zone once again. Oh, penalty coming up against the Americans. Looks like an elbow against Nate Thompson. I think that's the third penalty for Nate Thompson. He's getting 2 minutes for elbowing this time at 18:47 of the third period. Coming in, coming up a bit high on pole, right in front of the referee. There you see the referee's hand go up immediately. That means we will have the German power play with the face-off in the American zone. This is a golden opportunity for the Germans to get on the board. Germany thrown deep down into its zone. 55 seconds left in the third period. Offside against Germany. That puck came out over the blue line, obviously. Cordler out there for the last number of seconds for the German side. There we have a good look at number 25, Matt Carl, the assistant captain for the American side. Coming up on 40 seconds left in the third period. Germany working it along the board area. Pops out over to the other side of the ice. Five-on-4 situation in favor of the Germans. 20 seconds left in the period. Try and get a couple of shot opportunities in, as they just did right there. From number 57, Marcel Bach. Germans keeping possession of the puck in the American zone. Here comes a possibility, but it jumps off over the stick, out to the point. Slap shot. There comes the opportunity. And Bishop and Gibson, John Gibson, comes over, saves his shutout. That's how it ends. 3-0 for USA over Germany. Now, let's have a look and see if we can come up with the MVPs for the respective side. I'm going to go with Bobby Butler, number 12, for the Americans. And for the Germans, I'm going to go with number 50, Patrick Hager. See if it comes out to be reality in just a few seconds. Of course, this victory makes the Americans very happy. They're looking towards the quarterfinals. Endras did a good job between the pipes for the German squad. Americans showing a lot of relief. And we're coming up right now on the MVPs for the game MVPs.
2013 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. Saksan palkinnon. The prize for Team Germany is presented by IIHF 2013 World Championships Games Media Manager of Organizing Committee. Jääkiekon maailmanmestaruuskilpailujen 2013.
And we'll be coming up in just a few seconds to finding out what the German MVP is, or who the German MVP is.
Saksan pelaaja best player of Team Germany, number 50, number 50, Patrick Hager.
Patrick Hager, number 50.
The prize for Team USA is presented by IIHF Council member.
And now we'll see for the Americans.
Best player of Team USA, number 34, Chris
Chris Butler gets it. Okay, you've seen the MVPs. Chris Butler for the Americans. Number 50, Patrick Hager for the Germans. That's it for today from USA Germany, ending up 3-0 in the Americans' favor. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.
Shots